Hey everybody, Justin Sainer here. How's it going? I've got a great video. I'm here to show you again triple whale, and this is really your answer to any type of tracking issues that you might have with your marketing, your paid ads, really everything that has to do with conversion. And you've probably seen my other video over here. Make sure you check on my channel, how to track everything and get past iOS 14 plus issues. This shows exactly why and how you're going to use triple whale to make sure that you have all of your ad tracking 100% accurate. But they've taken it a step further with the creative cockpit. And this is how you're going to be able to optimize your eCom ad creatives like a pro. And the bottom line is the more data you can access, the better your decision making will be. And this is incredibly true for your ad creatives in eCom marketing. We're going to be able to show you in this tool how triple whale is going to help you scale your business, make data-driven decisions, and allow you to literally look at creative. I'm going to show you over the shoulder. Look at your ad creative on an individual basis, on a group-by-group basis. You have full control over how you filter through all of your different creative, and you're literally going to see, okay, well, this one's making me money. This one's performing this much higher than average or this much lower than average. This is my ROAS on here. These are my click-through rates. These are my conversion rates, et cetera, on an individual creative basis. And really what it's going to do is unlock the ability for you to find trends very easily, pick out what's working, see what needs work, see what needs to be optimized. And they talk about looking at your top performers from 10,000 feet. You don't need to dig through hundreds of different reports or columns or pages. Literally right in front and center, you're going to say, okay, this creative is your number one when it comes to conversion rate, or your number one when it comes to click-through rate, or this ad right here, this creative gave you the most impressions, right? The information that you want, the data that you want right in front of you. So make sure you use triple whale. You see the link directly below this video. But we're going to go over the shoulder right now. I'm going to show you just how powerful Creative Cockpit is. You're looking at the Creative Cockpit, and we are logged into my account right now, and we have all of these different access points for Facebook and TikTok loaded in here in our account. You could literally click through, for example, clicking into video, clicking into copy, and we're able to see stats and important numbers that affect our business immediately. It's all about the visuals here. We can quickly see with nice graphs, color-coded. We could take a look at trends, right? We're able to easily pick out things like what's performing the best, what's generating the most purchases, and we could even create full segments. We can drill down into all of our ads. We could use different filters, different keywords to create different groupings of different ads and view them all side by side over here. We can create an ad that contains any specific keyword over here. For example, bun, and you'll see the results that load up over here in this example set. And the idea here is that we get to create groups here that are relevant for us. And it even creates it here on the graph. We see our different creatives underneath, and we can combine different groups together. We could take a look at creatives individually here, and we see everything plotted in a nice graph here. We can change it to line graph or bar graph for us to very easily see, in this case, how many purchases are we driving, right? What is our pixel ROAS, right? Return on ad spend. What are the important numbers for this, in this case, these two groups, right? We can combine and group these two groups together, the old and the bun in this case, what we have in these examples, and you can see how they perform next to each other. I mean, the whole idea here is incredibly powerful, right? What ads are working? What group of ads are working? And how do you group ads? Well, maybe you're going to group them by strategy type or ad copy, or maybe you want to compare this month's ads versus last month's ads. You can segment down into anything, create these really smart segments, and have the ability to look at everything side by side. That's really the power of Creative Cockpit right here. All of these different individual data points, and even taking a look now, I love this, the creative highlights. This is my favorite section by far. It shows your top creatives, right? And you see all the important stats here: ROAS, pixel ROAS, purchases, pixel purchases, conversion value, impressions, overall clicks, right? Creative highlights. Well, we see the bun video up there a lot, right? Well, kind of tells us something right off the bat, right? We can dive down and look at the numbers deeper, but just visually, we immediately see, okay, this campaign driving the most purchases, driving the highest conversion value, right? And we could drill down and say, okay, let's go ahead and use this for other tests, for other campaigns. And why do we want to use it? Because the data tells us so. That's why Creative Cockpit is so powerful. We're not just guessing. We're not saying, oh, well, Facebook ad reports, you know, they look pretty good. No, we know the exact numbers here because we're using triple whale. We're using Creative Cockpit inside of triple whale, and we have this really nice graph in this case. We could uncheck some different groups. Again, full control over the data that you're dialing into. One way to use Creative Cockpit, this is really powerful. Let's say you're investing a lot with influencers or with UGC, right? User-generated content creators. You can go ahead and add UGC into your Creative Cockpit, just like you could create any other segment. So we're gonna come over here into segment, and we're gonna go ahead and create our UGC over here, and we'll link it back to our UGC campaigns across our Facebook and TikTok. We'll just simply save this segment. And just like that, we're now able to pull in from a group basis and an individual standpoint, all of our UGC campaigns, and we can see how they compare here, right? How does UGC compare to paid source 1 versus paid source 2, right? We can uncheck one and just look how they compare directly. This is the true power here, right? We have this loaded into the Creative Cockpit, and we could play around with all these variables, all these different data points and benchmarks to understand truly what is working. Right? All we're doing here is implementing the ability for us to run best practices for our marketing and our ads. Run tests, read the data, and react accordingly. Well, the big problem was we didn't have accurate data. We weren't able to see things on an individual basis. Now we're able to do that because we have Triple Whale, because we have the Creative Cockpit. And I could literally sit here and scroll through all different types of creative filters, segments, taking a look at groups, individual things. The bottom line is all of this data is accurate. And as we scroll down here, we're going to see a ton more information and just individual creative level data here. So we see each and every creative that we have, and we see our pixel ROAS, we see our Facebook reported ROAS, our CPM, our CTR. It even shows how we compare to our store's average, right? You could immediately look and say, hey, okay, this ad is overperforming. This ad is one of our top performers. You see all the different metrics that we could select here. But think about the power. We're looking at all of our creatives, and this one says it's outperforming your other ads. It's performing higher than your typical CTR, or you're higher than your conversion rate, right? Okay, we're going to spend more money on it. You see other ads that are performing poorly. Well, sure, we could dive into the data. We could take a look at everything, but what's being presented right in front of you is the core important data. I've been telling you for years, right? You look at CPM, you look at CTR, you look at conversion rate, right? These are the first three stats that you see on each individual creative level. Creative Cockpit is a huge necessity here because it's allowing you all the power with the most important data tied into what you need to do as a marketer. Test out different creatives, find out which one's working, scale it, and make money. So that was Triple Whale's Creative Cockpit. I highly recommend it. Take a look at the link directly below this video. You'll be able to jump right into Triple Whale, jump right into Creative Cockpit. It's incredibly powerful. One of the most important tools in your marketing arsenal. So get signed up again, link directly below this video. I highly recommend it. I hope this helps you make some money, and I'll talk to you real soon.